Blessings, dear ones. So this is going to be a clearing for the addiction of guilt and shame. And I've been talking about this before. I made a transmission on this topic before, but my guides informed me yesterday that there was a need for another one. Because they said that humans are truly addicted to these lower vibrational energies. And this is one of the greatest, if not the greatest block on our journey of self-realization, of the remembrance of who we truly are. So there has been a great shift. From the beginning of 2023, Mars was a game changer. There was a great collapsing of timelines where we now are able to reconnect with our our different existence, and they are now merging together. I will talk about this more in another session, in another video. But so all our existence are now calling for realization, and there is therefore we do feel into our different lifetimes as well. There is bleed throughs, and not only the good parts, the wisdom and the knowing and the lessons learned from those lifetimes, but also the lower vibrations. So this, all lower vibrations are being more intensified right now, because all of our lifetimes are coming into our awareness in one way or another, because there is no separation, and this is all parallel, and we are getting access to it all. But it's also a calling for moving out from certain cycles and certain patterns and certain frequencies, to choose differently. And we have that power to make another choice, and a choice that is serving us. And so in April we shifted to a higher timeline, and we aren't doomed to keep repeating these patterns and live in suffer and grow through pain. But we need to make the choice. We had a free will. And so they say that many are so addicted still to these lower vibrations, and we need to make a new choice, because this keeps us in a place of not being worthy. And what happens when we believe ourselves consciously or unconsciously not to be worthy is that we are blocking the flow of our own light, of love, of abundance, of joy that is available to us, that is our personal birthright, that is our true nature. And Yeshua is present, and he said, how can you be anything? How can you not be worthy? He says. And he also says that some of you are looking for absolution from an external source, from God, from me, from him, from your guides, from another human. But he says that you are the one that is liberating yourself. You are the one that is giving this to yourself, but by recognizing the truth of who you are, and that you cannot be anything but worthy. You cannot there is nothing to forgive, simply. He says, when you realize who you are, the eternal self, the eternal light that you are, you will fully realize the eternal light in your brothers and sisters, and that you can never harm that light. So stop accusing yourself. So what happens when we are experience these lower emotions of shame and guilt is that it is so uncomfortable for us to feel, so we project them outwards and we start accusing other people and persons and circumstances for our situation, for our experiences, and for our how we feel, our internal state. And so he says that bring back your power, bring back the recognition of that you are the creator in your life. You are, nothing can be forced onto you. Even though he says he recognizes the human experience, that we may feel very helpless and under these physical experiences, under our emotions and our thoughts and what seems to happen to us. But he says that they say, there is so many guides right now, they say that they cannot say anything but the truth. They cannot give us anything but the truth. And the truth is that we are not the victims, and they won't play along in this game with us, even though they give validation for that may be our experience, but it isn't of truth, they say. So they will never give validation for that to be the truth. So it may seem as tough love again, but it is pure love. It is so much love right now. And so they say it's time to take full ownership. Mars, and especially April, is such a calling for liberation. I see it in all the sessions I had with clients. And what it happens when we feel this call for liberation is that we also feel where we are stuck, and the patterns where we are keeping ourselves back and keeps playing small is coming to our awareness. And this is what the presence of light does. It shows us and bring to our awareness the illusions we hold. And if we are overwhelmed by it, we may think that he needs to change, she needs to change, this needs to change for me to feel good or to be liberated, because it's our physical reality seems very, it is physical, what we think, what we feel, our physical state feels very real to us. But they say there is another reality that is your true state, and this is where we are going. So don't block this experience, they say, of joy, of peace, of love, of abundance. So this is what surrounds you, and you are not letting it in. And it is now, so they say, it is now, it's here. It's not if this change or when this happens. Or so if you're looking for revenge or karma, as some of you understand karma to give you to bring you absolution, this won't happen, they say. You are just harming yourself, because they say there is no difference between accusing yourself or accusing another. You cannot accuse another and not accusing yourself. And if you are feeling guilty, you are projecting the guilt outwards as well, because there is just the energy of guilt, the energy of shame, and that holds the energy of being doing wrong, right? And so this will become your life experience, and then you put this burden on yourself and on others as well. And please, they say, liberate yourself. And just breathe, and they say, right now, right here, you are free to choose joy. Are you willing to choose joy right now? Zero sontai shantar ekoro santasha. Eruso shantai okoro santai. And this is, for many of you, there will be childhood memories coming up of not being worthy. Tosho kindra shantareatro shonoro santai shokoro shantoro. Shai oro santo. For some of you, there is your experience as parents of when you feel guilty for lacking, for not being good enough as parents. Koroshantoro shamperiaki koroshantoro shantoronokor okosantashan etoronokor otoshaneyer ikorosantoshonoyo o santorono orosantosho. So there might be memories what you think you've done to another. Korosantosho orososhotoro otorod from this lifetime and others. Oshanaria, and they say, yes, of course you have done things that wasn't of love. You have misused your power in different ways, but it's time to move beyond. It doesn't help you or anyone to allow this, to relive these energies. Are you willing to let them go? And for many, this goes back to the Atlantean guilt. It's a heavy one. It's like a block. See it as a box. They cannot remove it for you because you invest in it. It is a dead material in your energy field, but you keep investing in it by keep feeding it. Bring it to life. So withdraw your energies right now, dear ones. Choose differently and choose to withdraw your energies. Don't feed it anymore. And you do so by choosing love right now. You do so by choosing peace no matter what right now. You do so by choosing joy. The Acturians are here to assist. En korosashai korososhai. En toroson koront ai ikeriata shaneliar. Estorosho kor e koronoshon. E koroshon. E koroshon. So you will feel this in different places of your body. For some of you, it's placed in your throat, in your brain, in your gut, in your root. So this is denying yourself of the awareness and the return to who you truly are. Are you truly Is this truly what you want? Shentoro shankin koroso. Ekoroshantaya kikorosho. Ekorono. And now forgive yourself by realizing there's nothing to forgive. Allow your light to return to you. Allow yourself to become aware of who you truly are. Expand your energy field. And Archangel Michael is now lifting this box. It's like a battery that needs to be recharged, but you choose to not do so anymore, so it's just dead material. And they now have your permission to remove it. Shaikeru santosho korosho. Eo toshanaya kikorosho. And then now replace it with peace. with joy, with the freedom of being you, the joy of being you. The experience of love. There is a clearing on your crown, balancing. And allow this inner state of yours, the love that you are, to expand and to reach and touch all your existence, because it is time for self-realization in all your parallel lifetimes, for all your multidimensional self. This is the collapsing of timelines. As the light and the wisdom and the lessons learned is returning to you. And we will be talking about this more. But where we are going, we've never been before. So don't judge your journey. Don't try to explain it or understand it with human terms, because we cannot. Enjoy the ride, I say. And they say, recognize the power of your heart. When you enter into your heart, you choose differently for yourself. You take yourself into a new direction, one that will bring you everything that you wish for. And you can do this in every given moment. So when you find yourself in lower vibrations, difficult thoughts, imbalances in your physical body, direct your attention back to love, to your heart. Neto Shantriya Korosanto Shanarian Elurusa Shokorosanta Shanai. The currents are rebuilding the connections that has been broken. Korosanto Shanaya Kikorososh. Connecting you to your multidimensional self. Korosanto Shonor Ekikia Tar Ekoronoshon. Closing any bleed-throughs of lower vibrations from any other existence. And just letting your multidimensional light to return to you, and your light to reach the lifetimes that needs to be ascended. Korosanto o koroshotoshane. And breathe. And they say, recognize your power. You are the ones that brings liberation to yourself. No one else can or will do it for you. That is how powerful you are. It is time to play another game, they say. It's not longer if it is not longer your choice to grow by pain, by challenges, but allowing this journey to be a joyful one. You have everything you need right now, let's say, to experience things differently, to create something differently, something different. Norutun korosanta shame, korososh. A final recognition of your own light, and it is done. Thank you.